Hello and welcome to yet another graph problem. Let us look at the problem statement. A game has n levels, so these are vertices connected by m teleporters, edges. Our task is to get from level 1 to level n. The game has been designed such that there are no directed cycles in the underlying graph. In how many ways can you complete the game? Okay, so essentially what he's asking is in how many ways we can get from level 1 to level n when there are no directed cycles in the graph. Let us look at this sample test case and things will be more clear. We have 4 rooms, 4 levels, 1, 2, 3 and 4. Our task is to get from level 1 to level 4. From 1 to 2 there is a directed edge. From 2 to 4 there is an edge. From 1 to 3 we have an edge. 3 to 4 and then 1 to 4. What is the answer? The answer is the number of paths we can take are, we can go from 1 to 2 then 2 to 4. So this is one route. From 1 to 4 we have a direct route, and from 1 to 3 to 4 we have one more route. So the answer is 3. So I hope the problem is much more clear. Now this is a combinatorics problem. The prerequisites for this problem are, the approach we are going to take will be using topological sorting. So if you haven't watched that video, go ahead and watch that first. So to understand our algorithm, let us attempt a very simple version of the problem. In this particular problem, we have to go from vertex number 1 to vertex number 9, and we have to calculate the number of paths that are available to us. So we'll be solving this problem with topological sorting. That means we have to start with a vertex whose in degree is equal to 0. And in this case, the vertex with in degree 0 is 1. So we'll start from here. So let us go ahead and eliminate 1. When we eliminate 1, 2 gets exposed. Notice that there is a single chain, there is one single chain leading to 2. So we'll have to record that fact. We just needed to eliminate one single chain to expose 2. So having recorded that fact, we'll now continue our topological sorting, but that means that we'll have to eliminate 2. Once we eliminate 2, 3 and 4 are exposed. Notice that a single chain is eliminated to expose 3 and a single chain is eliminated to expose 4. So we'll need to record these facts. 3 and 4 got exposed once a single chain was eliminated. Now, here is where the problem gets interesting. We can eliminate 3 or 4. We'll eliminate them one by one. First we eliminate 3. 5 is not exposed. So one chain already got eliminated. One chain already got eliminated and 5 didn't get exposed. Now let us eliminate 4 also. Another chain got eliminated and this time 5 got exposed. So that means 5 needed 2 chains to be eliminated, specifically this chain 1, 2, 3 and 1, 2, 4. When both these chains were eliminated, 5 got exposed. So let us continue. Let us eliminate 5. However, when we eliminate 5, when 6 is getting exposed, 2 chains were needed. 2 chains were needed. What were those 2 chains? 1, 2, 3 and 5. 1, 2, 4 and 5. So both these chains were eliminated. Both these chains were eliminated before 6 got exposed. So we'll record that fact. Now next to get eliminated would be 6. When 6 is eliminated, 7 and 8. 7 and 8 are exposed. Similarly, when 7 is exposed and 8 is exposed, so that means a total of 4 chains were needed. 4 chains. So total of 4 chains were needed before 9 got exposed. Let us go ahead and label the 4 chains with 4 different colors. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9. This was chain number 1. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7 and 9. This was chain number 2. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 8 and 9. This was chain number 3. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 8 and 9. So this is chain number 4. So we have 4 chains and that is how we can solve this problem with topological sorting. So let us go ahead and run through very quickly to see what is happening with greater clarity. So 1 will be first eliminated. That means 2 is exposed. Now 2 will have to be eliminated. That means 3 and 4 are exposed. One single chain was eliminated to get to this stage. Now 3 and 4 are eliminated one by one. 3 is eliminated, 5 is incremented. 5 is incremented. Now 4 will be eliminated and 5 will be incremented again. 4 is eliminated, 5 is incremented. 5 will be eliminated now and 6 will be incremented. Now naturally when 6 is eliminated, 7 will be incremented, 8 will be incremented, and finally we'll get the answer as 4. So there are 4 distinct routes to get from 1 to 9. We have seen that once before already. Now this was a very simple version of the problem. What if the problem was more complicated? Let us call this vertex number 13 and let's have vertex number 9 here, 10 here, 11 here, and maybe 12 here. So in this case, 1 is not even directly accessible by topological sorting. Our task is to get from 1 to 30, but 1 is not even directly accessible. To access 1, we have to eliminate 12, we have to eliminate 11, 10, and 9. That means 1 will already start with a chain degree of plus 3. That would lead to all sorts of issues because all this was irrelevant. Our task was to get from 1 to 13 and all this was irrelevant. So for a practical version of the problem, we have to do some pre-computation before we are ready to do topological sorting. So let us try and solve a practical version of the problem. Practically, this is what the problem could look like. So if you eliminate 6, eliminate 8, eliminate 7, both 2 and 4 already have in degree of 1. And this would lead to all sorts of problems because the number of paths would actually be falsely increased. So let us see how we can deal with this practical version. For that, we have to first do a second topological sorting. Let us see how we can do that. So to solve our practical problem, if you are somehow able to prune this part of the graph, 6, 7, 8, if you are able to eliminate it, destroy it somehow, then we are able to solve the problem with topological sorting again. Because once this is eliminated, we can start from 1, topologically sort our way through, and we'll get the answer to 10 as plus 2. So for our strategy, we'll go ahead and lock down on 1. What does locking down on 1 means? 1 will never be touched. The in degree of 1, it won't be considered. So we won't top sort it until we are ready to take on the problem. So we'll have to topologically prune the unwanted branches after locking down 1. How do you do the pruning? Naturally, you'll have to start your topological sorting with 6 because 6 is the only vertex with in degree 0. So we will go ahead and prune off 6. Once 6 is pruned, both 7 and 8 have in degree of 0. So we can eliminate 7 or 8. So first we'll prune 7, then we'll prune 8. Now see what is going on. The in degree of every vertex 2 to 10, the in degree of every vertex in degree it is greater than 0. This has 1, this has 1, 2 and 1. So apart from 1, everything else has an in degree greater than 0 and 1 itself is locked. That means there is nothing else to top sort. At this stage, we will unlock 1. Once 1 is unlocked, we can now perform the topological sorting and then we'll get our answer. So 1 is eliminated, 2 is incremented, 2 is eliminated, 3 and 4 are incremented, 3 and 4 are eliminated, 5 is incremented by 2, and finally we'll get the answer as the paths from 1 to 10 is equal to 2. So that is how we can use two topological sortings to first prune and then assess our answer. So let us look at our implementation. The first topological sorting, we are pruning. So how are we doing that? We are first considering all vertices from 2 to n. We are locking 1. So all vertices from 2 to n are being considered. 1 is not being considered. and anything with an in degree equivalent to 0, it is pushed into a queue. And then we'll process the queue, very standard top sort algo. Once we do this, we have pruned all irrelevant vertices. So let us understand our second topological sorting. For our second topological sorting, naturally we'll start with vertex number 1 and we will sort our way through. But there is one more variable that we need to observe, that is the count. Count will store the number of ways to get a particular vertex after modulo. So what that means is, if you are eliminating 2 and 3 to get to 4, or rather there is a path from 2 to 4 and there's a path from 3 to 4. So 2 had 100 change to it, 3 had 200 change to it. When we eliminate 2, we have to increment the count of 4 by plus 100. When we eliminate 3, we have to increase the count of 4 by plus 200. Of course, all these operations we'll have to do under modulo to prevent integer overflows. So what will be your final answer? The final answer would be count of n. So let's go ahead and make a submission and see if we can get acceptation. So yes, we got an acceptation. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you enjoyed watching this video, if you found it useful, please subscribe to my channel for more such videos. Please share this channel widely so that I'm able to reach out to more people. Thank you very much. Have a great day.